It is Friday, and we all know what that means. A all new set of fact sheets for Farming Simulator 22 is out, so let's break them down and see what's been revealed. As always, if you like what you see here and you have not yet pre-ordered and wish to do so, then think about using one of my pre-order links in the description below. It does help out the channel, but by all means, if you're not sure if you want to pre-order or invest in Farm Sim 22 yet, then hold off. Up first, we have the Fendt Katana 650 Forage Harvester. Now, we've seen this one earlier in one of the first image drops about Farm Sim 22. This harvester is new to the Farm Sim franchise and tips the scales at 15.7 tons, 650 horsepower, and a variable CVT transmission, 1,225 liter fuel capacity, and a top speed of 24 miles per hour. The fill types are interesting for this harvester in that it lists cut grass, wood chips, and chaff. The whole thing can be purchased for a shade under $400,000 at $395,000. In this image, we see it paired with a Kemper 375 plus header that can accept, the header typically shown here can only accept corn. I could see where it might take corn in sorghum in Farm Sim 22, but I'm not really sure why wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybean, and grass are also listed here. Usually headers that take those fill types are mower headers, not the style shown in this image. Well, moving on, the header itself comes in at a cool $100,000, a working width of 7.5 meters, weighs 3.3 tons, requires 650 horsepower, and has a top working speed of 6 miles per hour. Now, as we do with our other fact sheet videos, let's take a closer look at the image itself. The big thing that stands out to me is the corn stalks. I do like they are pointed in various directions versus all being straight up in the air like previous Farm Sim games. And along those lines, maybe it's just total coincidence, but look at the stalks just behind the rear of the tractor. They're flat to the ground as if they were also being bent under the vehicle like regular foliage does in FS19. From here we can also get a little better look at the new corn texture and details of the engine of the Katana. Now, real quick, let's look at the first image of the Katana that we saw way back in April. I have to say I like the ground texture here better than the image we just saw. Of course, we all know that this is a work in progress, so don't get too bent out of shape with what you see here because it might change before release. For our second fact sheet of the day, we have the John Deere 7810. This somewhat older model tractor is hopefully a sign of more to come from Farm Sim. It will set you back just under $100,000 at $99,500, 175 horsepower, manual transmission with power shift. You might be working until the cows come home, but more importantly, you'll be working until the 344 liters of fuel is exhausted. Has a rolling weight of 7.3 tons, top speed of 24 miles per hour. Now we see it pictured here with an Amazon Preca 4500 2C Super Planter. It will set you back on its own right for $49,500. Requires 150 horsepower to pull with a working speed of 9 miles per hour and a working width of 4.5 meters. The seeder has a weight of 2.3 tons before filling it with 1,580 liters of seed and solid fertilizer. Speaking of seed, this planter can put down soybeans, corn, sunflowers, sugar beets, and cotton. Now, I'm sure we should not spend too much time looking at the John Deere, as it might get nervous and spring a leak. But let's take a look at the planted texture behind the Amazon. Look at the lines. They appear to match up with the planter boxes and discs. Very nice to see. We're possibly going to have different ground textures dependent on different types of seeders and planters used. Moving on to fact sheet number 3, we have an interesting pairing. This is our first fact sheet around a placeable factory, and we have another new brand in the Schaefer telehandler. Up first is the Planet biogas plant. This plant is reported to put out 99 kilowatts of energy and will cost us $297,000 to place. And looky there, our friend the chopped up beet is back. The biogas will accept silage, manure, stink water, aka slurry, and cut beets. As far as outputs, we have energy in the form of an electric charge, so I wonder if the placeable plant will include a charging station for our electric vehicles. Then we have a new icon in the form of a portable gas canister. Now, I won't dare call it propane, as I did that on the Hoff-Bergman Explained videos, and it was like I talked about John Deere being a great company. The backlash I got after that, I surely will never make those mistakes again. So it might be an icon just for biogas itself, or maybe we'll be able to put the gas into portable tanks. And then our final output is our friend the digestate icon. Now, moving down to the Schaefer telehandler, we see that this unit comes in at 12.5 tons, has 185 liter fuel capacity, and an engine range of 177 to 204 horsepower. Now, with this showing a range, we can deduce that the other tractors that we have seen that do not show a range must have a fixed power output. This telehandler comes with a variable CVT transmission, costs $130,000, and won't break too many land speed records with a top speed of just 18 miles per hour. As far as the full picture is concerned, there isn't much to see here, really, aside from the MagSci manure fork and maybe the new loose silage unload texture, and last but not least, another virtual farmer model. And our final fact sheet for the day is a big boy, another new brand in the versatile four-wheel drive. Okay, calm down. This Titan tips the scales at 19.1 ton. Will set you back $352,000 with a power shift transmission and an engine power range of 583 horsepower to 665 horsepower. 1,298 liters in the fuel tank and a top cruising speed of 24 miles per hour. For its photo op, it has been paired with the Rostcell Mash K 12200 cultivator that will require 375 horsepower to pull its 12.2 meter working width and 9.2 ton frame through the dirt at a top speed of 9 miles per hour. This cultivator will set you back a cool $101,000 as well. Not a whole lot really to look at here, as the cultivated texture is too far away given the location of the camera, but let's just take a few seconds to admire this brute. So there you have it, guys, the fact sheets for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Just 10 weeks away at this point, so only 9 more fact sheet Fridays to go. This week we've got 2 new brands coming to FarmSim. Be sure to check out the FarmSim website and go to the games in the nav menu and see what the new brands and vehicles are showing up weekly in the vehicles, harvester, and equipment lists. And until next time, happy farming.